felt totally right. Did that feel good for everybody?
My goodness, you're
Okay.
terrific.
Awesome. Okay. Great. Do we need to go over Misha Berach?
It might be worth it for tempo.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Usually Fred kind of sets the tempo.
Oh, great. I am glad to defer.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
You're going to do...
you do it in C?
Yes. Sorry. It's more comfortable for my singing. So,
That's okay.
Yeah.
So where are we going now?
Huh? Misha
What song?
Berach.
Misha Berach.
Yeah. No. Oh, wait. You mean singing? Yes. I thought you meant yes. Yes. I was like...
All right.
It's a D minor or a C, I guess.
So I do not have this in muscle memory at all. but
Okay.
I'll do my best.
All right.
So
We're transposing.
What do you want to do now?
Misha Berach, please. Let's just start it.
I gotta find it. It's here. Misha Berach, huh?
Yeah. It's actually, what key do you usually play it in? Do you play it in G?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the riff is so easy in C. That's part of why I started playing it in C. Do you need me to run you a copy, Fred?
No, it's here. If I can get my fingers. Here we go. I got it.
You guys, if you want to go out in the lobby, you can, okay? We don't need you until the service starts, okay? Go get a drink of water, say hi to your adoring fans, etc. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Like that?
Yeah, so can you give the intro?
Sure.
That feel good?
Ended slower than we started, which is fine. I just want to make sure
That's probably my fault.
which kind of tempo you want it to go to. Because we started out.
Where do we slow down?
I will just back out.
Okay,
Not back
that's
out,
totally
but
fine.
I'll
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can do
And-
that
and-
little, I can do that little C-step thing for you,
Yeah.
so we hit the same spot.
Yeah.
when we come up.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And I'll
We're all
make sure
good.
not to drag.
Okay,
I don't know if it was me or not.
I don't know.
but- Okay.
It's entirely possible. I'm used to doing that a lot slower, weirdly.
You want to do it slower?
Nope. I want to do it however you guys do it.
Doesn't matter to me.
I've noticed that.
It's my rock and roller at heart. You know? I can't help it. No, she's always slow, but that's a whole nother thing. Because she's classical, so it's, you know. Yeah. Is she? Okay.
I may also. Because we're already in front of the regular speakers, so. We'll send up a bat signal.
You're welcome. Oh, look at this.
Oh, that's your bracelet. Sternal. Oh, she. Yeah. Oh, I saw you.
You're all right? You're all good for me. Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Good to see you.
See you.
You good?
Purple blessing.
Settled back? You're home?
And we're going to see you tomorrow morning as well.
You're stuck with me.
Awesome. I think it's only once a year for, I think it's only once. Sounds good.
I'm playing 2 nights here. I'm playing Wednesday at the Soup Kitchen. 2 nights here. The next one at the Soup Kitchen, and then it's Cantor's Weekend.
I hope they're paying you as much as we do.
Exactly the same amount. It's amazing. It comes out exactly even.
Don't sell yourself short.
It's worth every penny. Oh, Kathy's here. I was thinking.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Mom, do you want? Oh, yes. Turtle crush. I know. How did you figure it out? You need a book? You can share a copy. Remind me to tell you.
No, yep.
I mean, their hair is We were saying thank you last time for helping him. I'm glad we don't have binders anymore.
Everything's fine. I'm fine.
This is way better than all the papers on the ground.
Oh.
It's only because you got enough hair back there to do that. Me, I have to glue it on there. It just makes such a bloody mess, you know? Oh, okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good evening, welcome. We are gathered this evening to celebrate the beginning of Shabbat and to really kind of look ahead to the summer as we are celebrating camp as well. Whether you are planning on going to camp this summer or have been at camp in summers long, long ago, we're here to reflect and remember, and also look ahead and get excited for what is yet to come. We are joined here this evening by folks from Olin Sang Ruby Union Institute in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. It's a lot to put together. More popularly known as ASRUI, because that's so much easier than Olin Sang Ruby Union Institute. Will Rivlin, who I have known for a very, very long time, who has been at camp for many years, is an amazing song leader among many other things. And Michael Greenwald, who is here, who is actually on the staff of Olin Sang Ruby Union Institute in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. He's associate director there at camp, and we're so pleased, and we'll be hearing more from Michael later on in our worship. We also have Matthew Harmon becoming a bar mitzvah tomorrow. Yes? There he is. There he is. And so we look ahead to that celebration both tonight and tomorrow morning as well. We also know that there are people who have experienced loss in recent days. People are remembering losses that occurred at the season years past. People who are struggling with illness or have family members and friends who are struggling with illness. And so we gather not only to celebrate with one another, but also to strengthen and support one another as well. We also have members of our second grade class who have done a project that you were able to see a little bit out in the hallway, and you'll hear more about. And a couple of members of Sheer Joy, I think, also who are here right behind me, who are singing so beautifully. Thank you, thank you. And Michelle Myers, thank you for being here and helping out with Sheer Joy. And I think, have I touched on, who did I miss? And Archie, oh my gosh, sitting right next to me. And Archie Rodas, who is becoming an awesome song leader. So we're so pleased to have you here celebrating with all of us. Okay, so now, I'm going to stop talking and give you a chance to talk. I would love for you to turn to the people next to you, in front of you, behind you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom. If you don't know who they are, please introduce yourselves to them.
They've all looked behind them. She's the only rabbi. I did not know.
And I think I would be remiss if I didn't identify our third guitarist, Fred Kagan, who has been here for many, many years, inspiring us and helping us with our music and our worship. Thank you for being here. We are going to continue with the official welcome of Shabbat with the lighting of the Shabbat candles and the Kiddush, the blessing over the Sabbath wine. We'd like to invite Matthew and his family to come forward, and you can find the blessings on page 2 and page 5 in your Siddur, in your prayer book.
You can do it up on the beam. Up on the beam. Up there.
The choreography is the hardest part.
Baruch atah
mitzvotov v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Probably a good idea not to.
We continue with Lecha Dodi, the Sabbath hymn that can be found, I believe, beginning on page 20. And we'll do verses 1 and 2, and then the last verse, verse 9, where we will then rise and turn and face the entrance to the sanctuary. And Ari?
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
Shamor v'zachor b'libor echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, Hashem u'tiferet v'litilah.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikadam lesuka, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tehila. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
Now that we have been seated, we will rise again as you are able, as we do the Baruch prayer on page 28. Please rise.
Lai la lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. We continue with Roll Into Dark. Page 30. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night.
We remain standing as we turn to page 34 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levacha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meotecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בעיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
So as we transition to the Mi Chamocha prayer, which will be followed by Miriam's song, it's important to point out that this Shabbat is Shabbat Shirah, which is a celebratory Shabbat. Cantor, is there anything special that makes this Shabbat Shirah?
Well, this week in the Torah portion, we read the Shirat Hayam, the song of the sea, the song of joy and freedom that the Israelites sang right after they crossed the Red Sea. And the words of Michamocha come right out of this week's Torah portion.
Which is a great transition for us to turn to page 40 and then 342 for Michamocha and Miriam's song.
And the text of Miriam's song will also appear on the slides. Tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit rich, she dances toward the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. When Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon came to believe. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would pass to freedom and march to the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang with praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're going to dance tonight. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed
page 44, we turn to our prayer for Shabbat, our prayer that reminds us of the holiness of this day, Vishamru, at the top of page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat v'torotam berit olam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat v'torotam berit olam B'ni uvin b'nei Yisrael oti leolam Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat v'torotam berit olam Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat v'torotam berit olam Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat v'torotam berit olam
If I were at camp right now, I would say that we are about to turn to Amud Arba'im V'Sheish. Arba'im V'Sheish. 46 for our Amidah. And what helps me think about the way we do things, Minhag Jeremiah, the Jeremiah way, and Minhag Machaneh, the camp way, is to help me think about all the places that I aspire to be and all the places and people that have taught me how to aspire. And in our Amidah, we have a reminder of all of the ancestors that came before us, all of the people who have started a tradition that we get to inherit every time we turn to Amud Arba'im V'Sheish, 46. We have the ability to hold in our songs, in our prayers, in our community circles, all of the people who helped us become who we are because they just live in our words and in our music and in every part of our Minhag Machaneh Jeremiah, Camp Jeremiah. And so as we turn to our Amidah, we invite up our Erev Bar Mitzvah, Matthew, on the microphone by Matt over there, to help lead us in the first few prayers. Na lakum, please rise as you are able.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, Bezocher Chasteot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula, Livnei B'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeach Kol Atarav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechaye HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim, Berofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Mi Chamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata L'chachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechaye HaKol.
Nala Shevet. We take these next few moments for the prayers not necessarily written in our Sidurim and our prayer books, but those that are written on our lev, on the pages of our hearts in this moment of silent prayer.
Hey, hey.
We tell God, Yehi l'ratzon, may the meditations of my mouth and the prayers of my heart be acceptable to you, O God. And as we turn to our prayers, as we turn to each other, our hearts and our prayers also turn toward the state, the land, and the people of Israel. Especially as hostages are being released, we know that there are so many more who still await their own freedom. And so we turn to a prayer for Israel on our screens, which we read responsively. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotinu v'imotinu, our God and God of our ancestors, we ask your blessing for the state of Israel and for all of Israel's inhabitants. Mikor Chayim,
Source of life, bless and strengthen those who defend the land and ensure their safe and speedy return home. Protect them and guide them.
Kadosh Baruch Hu, holy and blessed one, show Israel's leaders your path so that they may act with wisdom, courage, and dedication, and that they may be unwavering in their pursuit of peace. Strengthen their hearts, but keep them from hardening.
Matir Asurim, freer of the captives, return all those who are kidnapped safe and sound to their homes, without the spilling of more innocent blood, without any more souls being tarnished by horrific acts.
Ba'al Harachamim, master of compassion, help us to hold the humanity and the heartache of the Jewish people, while also holding the humanity and dignity of the Palestinian people.
As we are made in your image, remind us of your ways. Spread over us your shelter of peace and fulfill the vision of your prophets. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation. They shall never again know war.
And together we say,
Amen.
We also know that there are not only people who are physically far away, but those who we hold in our heart, those who are in our congregation and in our community who could use a little extra blessing of body, of spirit, or of soul. And so if you're joining us in our digital sanctuary, I invite you to write the name of someone whom you are thinking of into the comment section. And if you're joining us here in our physical sanctuary, to rise as you are able and to say the name of someone whom you are thinking of aloud. Thank you. Thank you.
Phyllis Perjansky.
Thank you.
Sloan Rosenthal.
Thank you. As a community, we are also thinking of Mike Byrne, Alan Terry Burke, Helene Boyer, Dee Bittman, Ron Cohen, Grace Consinaldi, Sarara Corva, Tina Crane, Nella Davis, Arlene Drucker, Lila and Aaron Eckel, Randy Epstein, Arnie Fishbane, Lee Huber, Pazit Kaplan, Jim Clapman, Joyce Landau, Michelle Levy, Mark Pierce, Brian Rupberg, Ronald Rubin, Brian Rubenstein, Bill Salerno, Jocelyn Snower, Patricia Weinfuss, Mark Weiss, Sam Weiss, George Wittenberg, and Franklin Wolf. Our Misha Berach prayer can be found in the middle of page 253.
bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Every year, when I get to be Segel at Azrui, when I get to be on faculty, I get to work with some of the most amazing madrachim, counselors, some of the most amazing mazkirut, leadership, and some of the most amazing people on our camper care team. People who dedicate their time to camp to make sure that every camper, every chanich is able to thrive and able to find their space at camp. And 3 summers ago, I think, I was able to be assigned to the same Eidah, the same unit as Michael, who became, not long after, one of the associate directors at Azrui. And I won't say the entire name, Rabbi Cohen, because I don't have the ability to pronounce all of those syllables at once. But it is one of the minhag machaneh, one of the customs at camp, to tell its story on Shabbat for our little piece of Torah learning. And so Michael is going to offer us some words of wisdom, some words of our tradition, really some words of camp.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Heaps. We are so happy to be here tonight, Will and I. Thank you for inviting us into your community. And when I think about camp, when I think about Asrui, what is so special about it is the community. It's really a place where people take care of each other, where people lift each other up and support each other. And that reminds me of another community, a community I remember called Paradise. It's actually a kingdom called Paradise from long ago. And that kingdom had a king, and it was a place where people really took care of each other, where people helped each other, oftentimes without even asking. If someone had a concern, if someone needed support, someone would be there. And a lot of that stemmed from the king. The king was just this type of person who was generous and kind and compassionate. And so people really modeled themselves after the king. But the king started to grow old, and his son one day took over. His son became king, and his son was not as interested in helping other people as his father was. In fact, the first day of his reign, the minister came in and said, King, we have this huge problem. The people in the northwest side of the kingdom, they're hungry, they're starving. There's been a famine, the crops are dying, they need to eat. And the king, he took a bite of this big, juicy red apple that he was holding and said, I'm not hungry. And the minister was confused. They said, yes, king, I know, but people in the northwest side of the kingdom, they are very hungry. They need our help. And the king said, I don't live in the northwest side of the kingdom. I live in the center of the kingdom. I'm not hungry. That's not my problem. I'm not going to do anything. And so then another month went by, and then there was another problem that rose up in the kingdom. The minister came in and said, King, there's a problem in the southeast corner this time. There's pollution in the river. People can't drink the water. They're very thirsty. We need to help them. And the king, well, he took just a big sip, a big gulp of the glass of water that he was holding, and he said, I'm not thirsty. And the minister again was confused and said, yes, I know that, king, but the people in the southeast corner, they're very thirsty. They're getting really dehydrated. They need to drink water. It's a hot day out, and they've been playing all day. They need to have some water. And the king said, I don't live in the southeast corner of the kingdom. I live in the center of the kingdom. I have plenty of water. That's not my problem. I'm not thirsty. And things went on like that for years. And over time, the people in the kingdom started to model themselves after the king. They stopped helping each other. They only focused on themselves. And because of that, the kingdom wasn't thriving in the same way. People were hungry, people were thirsty, people were just not taking care of each other. Until so many years went by that most people didn't even remember how the kingdom used to be, except for one old fisherman. And that old fisherman thought to himself, how can I possibly remind everyone of what this kingdom used to be? And he thought for a moment, and then he had a great idea. He pooled together all of his money. He bought wood and paint and cloth, and he started to build a brand new yacht for the kingdom. It was the most beautiful yacht, the most beautiful boat you had ever seen. It took him a really long time, but when finally it was ready, he invited all the richest people in the kingdom aboard, all the wealthiest people, including the king. And they had quite a yacht party that day. They went out into the sea, they were dancing, there was music, there was really good food. People were really enjoying this party. The king was loving it. He clapped the old fisherman on the back and said, "This is an incredible party. We've got to have more yachts." And the fisherman said, "Oh, thank you so much, king." And then the fisherman did something strange. He put on a life jacket and he took out a drill and started drilling a hole in the center of the boat. And the king said, "What are you doing, fisherman? There's water that's going to come into the boat." And the fisherman said, "Oh, no, it's fine. I thought I would put a hole in the boat. We'd fill it with water. We'd all have a little swim. It might be nice to take a swim." And the king said, "That doesn't make any sense. If water comes in the boat will sink. We're very far from shore. We'll all drown." And the fisherman said, "I'm a good swimmer. I have a life jacket. That's not my problem." And the king said, "Not your problem, but my problem is your problem, and your problem is my problem. We're all in the same boat." And then the king got it. He said, "I see what you did there, fisherman. I get it now. My problem is your problem. Your problems are my problem. We are all in the same boat. We're all in the same community. I need to start taking care of other people." The king learned a valuable lesson on that day, and the kingdom learned a valuable lesson on that day. It started to become a mantra of the kingdom. Your problem is my problem is your problem. We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same community. So thank you for letting Will and I join your community tonight. It's very special to be in a space where we're sitting in this circle, forming community. We're worshiping together. We're singing together. And I have to say, if you want to join the Us Rui community, no pressure, but we are around if you want to talk to us after. But I hope the lesson from this story is we should be helping each other. We should be lifting each other up. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Camp is such a great opportunity to learn that all of our problems are all of our problems, that we're there to support each other, we're there to lift each other up, we're there to help each other know how to swim. And it is also a great place to learn that your Torah is my Torah and my Torah is your Torah. We all have Torah to teach. And so our second grade has also been working very hard on creating a piece of Torah for us to learn from this week's Parsha. And so they wrote us a little letter so that we can learn from their Torah. The Torah portion this week is Bishalach. It tells the story of the Jewish people leaving Egypt and God splitting the river so that they can cross to dry land and escape the Egyptians. Once they were free, the Jewish people wandered through the desert and realized that there was no food around. God sent manna, a type of food for everyone to eat. God told them that they could only take as much manna as they could eat in one day and leave the rest for everyone else. Otherwise, the food would go bad. We decided to explain this as part of being a good friend, with taking what you need and leaving enough for others. Sharing is just one portion of the Jewish value of chaverut. We made a puzzle with everyone in our class to show that when we all come together and cooperate, we are capable of really amazing things. We also made friendship bracelets for important people in our lives as an act of chaverut and to remember this week's Torah portion. So you can see the puzzle and a couple of the friendship bracelets on the screens. You can also see all of them. Lincoln, hold it up nice and high. You can see all of them out by Lincoln, and he's showing us that puzzle too, to keep learning from your Torah and my Torah and our shared Torah, all in favor of Shabbat Shirah, that Shabbat of song. It has so much to teach us. So thank you to our second grade. Whew. It's a great second grade. It's the best second grade we've had this year. As we think of those who have taught us how to be in community, those who have taught us Torah, those who have taught us how to be our best selves and how to take care of ourselves and to take care of those around us, those whose legacy we live every day. We take this moment to think of those people who are no longer physically present in our everyday lives, but forever remain a part of our hearts, our minds, and our souls. And so I invite you, if you're joining us in our digital sanctuary, to write the name of someone whom you are thinking of into the comment section, whether you're in a period of Shiva, of Shloshim, marking a yard site, or someone just happens to be called to mind at this moment. And as a community, we mark the recent passings of Stephen Bazer, Bill Brown, Esther Brown, of Kevin Heaps, of Marlene Landman Katz, of Michael Scholar, of Albert Burt Silverstein, of David Grossman, and Marlene Zatz. This week also marks the passing of Alexander Shubin, uncle of our teacher, Marina Shubin. This week marks the yard sites of Earl Abramson, Morris Alpert, Marcia Bartness, Marilyn Benjamin, Paul Birnbaum, Shirley Byron, Jeanette Cadden, Risa Clancy, Pearl Corey, William Crade, Charlotte Lottie Eimer, Carol Fishman, Julius Foreman, Seymour Gold, Helen M. Golder, Kalman R. Golder, Lois Goldfein, Andrea Lynn Gollum, Jill Kozak Hodges, Esther Horberg, Irving Hornstein, Nathaniel Kamen, Stanley Kaplan, Samuel Katz, Jacob Aiden Kaufman, Irving Kessler, Arthur Klein, Thorvald Knutson, Meyer Mike Kurtz, Maurice Light, Alfred L. London, Leopold Pitzner, Emil Robert, Rose Rochelle, Shelley Stein, Robert Stein, Barbara Targott, Debbie Waxman, Rochelle Weil, Rose Winston, and Andrea Zinn. And I invite all those who are here marking a yard site, those who have someone called to mind, or someone who might be also sitting in a period of Shiva or Shloshim, to rise and say the name of whom they are thinking of aloud.
Gerald and Gita Goodman.
Thank you.
Morris Sutton, Edith Sutton, Betsy Moser.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Together as one family, we turn to our Kadisha Tom, our Mourner's Kaddish, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayachon u'vyomechon u'chayed kol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mavarach le'olam umei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudsha brechu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Aseh shalom v'imrovav, uyaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen.
Zichronam livracha. May their memories always and forever be a blessing. Together we say, Amen. Please be seated.
Sorry to have my back to so many people. I'm Karen Brown. Shabbat Shalom. And I'm a member of the Temple Board of Directors, so it's my honor to welcome everyone here and in our virtual congregation also. We want to especially thank the second graders for their presentation. That was beautiful. It was very thoughtful, very well worked out. And it was beautiful to see that and see your expression of Torah. We all learned a lot from it. Thank you. And we thank our clergy for a beautiful service. We thank our orchestra here. The members of Asruri who came and spoke with us. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. And Mazel Tov to Matthew for tomorrow. Big weekend for you. On behalf of the board, I want to offer my sincere condolences to families who are in mourning. We hope you gain some comfort while you're here. And as always, we have wonderful events coming up during the next couple of weeks. You'll find the details on our website or in the weekly e-news on Thursdays. But I'll just mention a couple of things. Next Friday night, February 14th, we have a special Shabbat service. It's called the Scott B. Crane Abilities Awareness Shabbat. It begins at the usual time, 6:30, and we will have a special oneg with a cocoa bar and special sweet treats. Please join us to hear our speaker, Jordan Dan, who will be speaking about his role with the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. Should be very interesting. The following Friday, big weekend for Cantor Mendelsohn, Cantor Leanna. She will be installed here at the temple officially, and we will have a special service that Friday night. Lots of beautiful singing. Please come. There is a dinner ahead of time. If you'd like to register for that, please do so online so that you can come to the special dinner. The following day, February 22, we will have an adults-only event. Sorry, kids. It's going to be a Havdalah service and a trivia game night. So that should be lots of fun. Please come. Shabbat Shalom. Have a good week.
So I would like to invite anyone who's in sheer joy, come running. Or anyone who would like to be in sheer joy, considers themselves sheer joyed in heart, to come join us over here for our closing song and blessing on page 353. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu at the bottom of the page. Please rise and remain standing for our closing song.
Whenever shadow Aleinu, whenever shadow Aleinu, whenever shadow Aleinu, and I kula. Whenever shadow Aleinu, whenever shadow Aleinu, whenever shadow Aleinu, and I kula. Aleinu.
Mishaberach Avotinu Vimotinu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless us on this Shabbat as we join together in song, as we join together in community, as we join together in Torah and in all the things that make us our best selves. May this Shabbat bring us blessing. May next Shabbat bring us blessing. May we have strength to get from Shabbat to Shabbat together. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, well, I figured. Gotta go, yeah.